Good evening, undead and re-dead, and welcome to another deadly exciting episode of Blood from a Stone, a tale of love and dread in RPG. My name is Philip, and I am the Dreadmaster, and I am ensconced, truly ensconced, by a wonderful crew of players. Say, good evening, players.
Good evening, players.
I also think I have the wrong name up.
Oh, you do have the wrong name. Yes, you are.
I do too.
Oh, yes, we are missing.
I got so excited talking about something to everyone. Sorry, y'all, that I distracted us all in our pregame.
People were wondering what the pregame conversation of the night was, and I actually was not. I was not on. I didn't have my cans on.
It was the new X-Men cartoon.
I was talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I didn't, because I don't want any spoilers.
I only told them the stuff I told you, Philip.
Oh, that's
Philip was the first person I texted out.
You did. I appreciate it. I was like, yeah,
I got invited to go to the premiere and see the first 3 episodes of the cartoon that will be coming out this coming Wednesday. They'll be dropping the first 2. So I have to, now my problem is now I have to wait weeks before I get to see the next one while you all get
yeah. Well, you can rewatch it.
First time. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I did see that Gail Simone has been announced as writing the new Uncanny X-Men, which is coming back after a long hiatus during the during the whole House of X stuff. And I'm well, that's never a bad idea in this guy's opinion.
That's great.
So
I can't wait for
So anyway, everyone, this is Blood from Stone. This is our horror game. We're so glad you're all here. Last week, none of them were here. It was only me and a few people in chat giving suggestions for how the Soldier of Fortune could exist as but a sword in a goblin's world. But, though, I guess I can... we won't get it too much into how things went. Suffice it to say, the Soldier of Fortune is no longer the Soldier of Fortune. He has a new name, and it is Ond. And he is no longer a Mistwalker, but he is something.
Oh god, I need to go back and watch this. I completely forgot.
He is something much more than that now.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see how I'm sure we will encounter Ond again in the future. But for now, let us talk about what was going on with this crew. So here in Ignador, we witnessed a party set forth on a mission to transfer life from a stone golem back into a human that would maybe unsettle necromantic energies, giving an edge to Ire Vorgazity, a lich lord, one of the great liches, the master of the Seven Deaths. But secretly, many members of this crew devised a different plan, and the Qulenem brothers, Chadelaid and Atris, were none the wiser that Hattie Ford, their navigator, was actually guiding them through the Goblin Marshes as a shortcut, not to the Hill of No Solace, but in fact to the Valley of Badairoth, where their plan is to go directly to the palace of the Lich Queen Visibadairoth and slay her. This plan... Go ahead, Dan.
I hardly know her, is what I was going to say. It's
sure.
like...
I see what he did there. This plan has run into a few sort of hiccups. The first one being many goblins seeking for the questing beast eventually led them to an encounter with the Goblin Witch, who traded them a sword that could slay this Lich Queen in exchange for the Soldier's Soul sword that Hattie had been wielding up until this point. So the Soldier of Fortune, though Hattie tried to get him back through acrobatics, was unable to do so, and now the Soldier's Soul is in the witch's cabin cottage on frog legs. It jumped into the night, ne'er to be seen again by these crew. However, their troubles were not over. A Dreadstorm occurred, and from this Dreadstorm, from the sky fell a vampiric dragon. It took a lot of doing for our team to defeat this vampiric dragon, working together. The Qulenem brothers, who are sort of not always totally beloved by the team at large, wound up being very helpful in this endeavor. But the trouble was not over then. As Hattie continued leading the group out of these marshes of the goblins, they came upon some other goblins who sought their assistance recovering a chest. Elowen sort of giving leave to her sort of men-at-arms to assist, and the others sort of participating in this because they were promised gold and a reward. They managed to pull this chest out of the water, but Chadelaid wanted to sort of know what was really in there, and kind of made some moves to sort of knock over what he suspected correctly was something with the symbol of Shta-Sooth, one of the other great liches of Ignador. This spilled out this kind of strange carrying box, and as horror surged, the box was knocked open, and 13 specters emerged. Powerful, powerful wizards who were on the path to lichdom, but then were sort of thwarted in that and encased all together as 13 sort of spectral advisors for Shta-Sooth, who sometimes sends them around to advise others in various matters. The group, however, with the specters having been released from their cage, though they couldn't go too far from it, it was an absolute charnel pit there. The goblins were destroyed, and the team basically ran away, again, with some very quick thinking from some of them, managing to, and Atris managed to use some good magic to prevent another horror surge that happened from really messing things up. The group was able to get through, to get away. Also, Alvin Theodore, though Zane was not present, did pick up the Qulenems and carry them, which I think was sporting of me and also maybe not totally in his character based on how mad he's gotten.
I have a question. Where are we on the dread clock?
Oh, I was getting to that. Because here's the thing. We were so late on the dread clock. We were at 12, but then I rolled a bunch last time. The point is we're at 4! Ooh, 4. Actually, wait. We might be at 3. No, yep, 4.
Do we get anything special because of Toby's weigh-in?
Yeah, I think the special thing is it should be at 3.
Wait.
Yeah, like more 13s.
No. Or I should get to
kind of
trade.
2 13s.
Well, I should get to trade each 13 for something in order to move. Like,
no, a 13 is a great and holy thing, but it means that we would. Yeah, should we advance it?
Yeah.
No, but I should get something in exchange.
I think after all these years, I'm not sure you totally get how it works.
Can I get a new hand and then I'll trade you Toby's 13s? What if
you want a new hand and you'll trade the dread clock because of Toby's 13s.
Yes.
Okay, I will accept this bit, absolutely. I will accept this. Roll a d4.
I get a whole new hand, right?
You're getting a whole new hand. Roll a d4.
D4. I rolled a 1.
That's a bummer for me. All right, the dread clock advances to 5. I was hoping you would roll a
4.
Hoping you'd roll a 4. That would have been a bigger deal.
For chat, my dog was spayed today, but when she went into the vet and got weighed in, her weight was 13.13. And I was like, oh no.
A new hand for you.
Yes. One of those mini hands you see on TikTok.
This is... Oh, it's worse. It's worse.
No,
what you have right now is worse. You have one higher card.
My hand was so bad before.
It was bad, but you had an 8 and a 6. Now you have 1 9 and everything else is. So yeah, there you go.
Bad trade.
It was a great trade for me.
Well, I got one higher number at least.
Yep.
Damn it. All right, got it. I got the screenshot.
Got it? All right.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, that's fun. That's pretty.
I
cool
gambled and lost. Such is life.
I feel like that's usually what gambling.
Yeah.
People who win at gambling, they're lying.
I'm just gonna choose to believe this means that Toby's healing will be effortless. I traded the bad luck for away.
I am happy to say that happened. So anyway, as I was saying, the dread clock is at 5. So that means if we go through the cycle twice, we'll have a Dreadstorm tonight. If we go through the deck 2 times, it'll be a Dreadstorm. So,
Can I have some heals, please?
Some heals?
Some heals.
Well, Elwyn could heal you, but Elwyn has very little power left to heal you.
Philip, the one good thing about this is before I had like almost all spades, so now I have more of a.
You have more opportunity to cycle out cards. So in any case, Hattie sort of attempted to then guide the group sort of back to where they were going. Because of how low everyone was in terms of health, we are going to pick up right where we left off, so they have no reprieve and no recourse. I'm going to read out the current power of everyone present. Hattie has 7 power. Chadelaid has 1 power. Atris has 3 power. Urrek has 4 power. Spellington, however. Spellington has 11 power.
That's right. In service of my lady.
Would you like to give her some of that power?
Not right now, no.
You could spend 6 and give her 3 back. Then you'd be at 5 and she'd be at 7.
You're right. You know what? That's great. I'm gonna spend 4 and give her 2 back.
Oh, you'll spend 4 and give her 2. Okay, great. She is at 5, and you were at 7. Well done. So. Oh, and Sophia is on a 13-month streak of subscribing. Congratulations. So that means I've already manipulated things in my favor. I don't think I have a different one, but we're very happy to hear that, Sophia. That's a fun streak. All right, so friends, with all of that in mind, as our group move through these marshes, we are prepared for our new adventure after I read this, the invocation for chapter 136 of Blood from a Stone, A Tale of Love and Dread in RPG. Over a stalk the bellowing gods with a dusk in the twilight sever. Under their iron goatish hooves they crunch our skulls forever. Mercy and hope and pity all bubbles the black crags sunder. Hunger is all the gods have left, and the death that lurks thereunder. Glut mad fangs in the blood of life to slake the thirst past sating. Before the blind worms mouth our bones, and the vulture's beak is grating. Hattie, you are guiding the party.
Are we still being carried?
No, he has set you down. We'll say it's like a couple of minutes have passed. You know, you ran to the edge of where you think they could, and kind of you guys are all sort of, you perhaps you're taking a moment here as you're looking around. Hattie, this is your current hand. I need you to give me.
Do I know where we are?
That is kind of what it is. You believe you have gotten back to a path. You're out of like the thick woods you were within. However, I am gonna need you to give me a navigate track. Now you do have a +5 to that. What's in hand is not amazing, but you could even if you were to spend your 3 or your ace, you would have that. You'll have a decent success because you have the +5 to it. But it's you're only gonna be like confident generally. You know what I mean?
Go ahead and use the 3.
You'll use the 3. All right, that will get you to an 8, which is not bad. And you replace it with a king of clubs.
There we go. Yeah, see, this is, even though it's not a great hand, it's better that I got the dispersal of types of card.
Amen. All right. So, Hattie is able to sort of guide you all. I will say that Hattie, you are supremely confident that you are taking them in the right cardinal direction, but you are not on the sort of path that you saw. So, in other words, you have the confidence that you're going the right way, but you do have the knowledge that there could be like major obstacles in your way that you're unfamiliar with, and you have a sense of that. I'll say that you think you are probably. I don't think I ever clarified this specifically. You guys are traveling. You're traveling west right now. You're sort of traveling west to northwest to get from Iervergazity's tower to the. No, you'd be traveling southwest. So you are presently a little bit too far north. So you're gonna keep going in that direction, kind of arcing down, but you're not. Yeah.
Do I suspect there are any ROUSs about?
Based on what you guys have seen so far, you are sure there are.
I don't believe they exist.
There was you missed a horror surge last week where Ond, the Soldier of Fortune's new form, had a horror surge of poisonous snakes that he was just like hacking up. Like it was pretty rough, but the RUSs, they should be on the table, in fact. As you sort of are traveling in this direction, I will say that unless you all want to make a draw right now for like stealth or something, you will be kind of understandably just kind of galumphing along through these marshes.
I want to know if Chadelaid knows any like healing spells or can like
healing is very much not the domain of the necromancers. Healing is not the thing, and but the bigger trick for you, Chadelaid, is you don't have the power to cast something like that. What you need is time.
I'm wondering if we can take a rest somewhere.
Yeah.
Can we find somewhere safe to rest?
Certainly,
Yes.
trying to rest is a thing you probably under normal circumstances would not wish to rest within the swamp, but you are definitely far from you have a while to go before you're out of the swamp. So if you guys want to sort of rest and really try to recuperate in a safe way, I would need.
Oh no, keep going.
I would need someone to make I would allow an analyze roll to that point. Looking at the terrain in which you're finding yourselves.
I can also do that.
Or an analyze draw, rather. Who is drawing on analyze? Who will make an analyze draw among you?
Do I have to draw? I can use a card, can't I?
Yeah, that counts as a draw.
Okay, yeah. I have a Jack of Diamonds that I can use.
Okay,
You
do it.
Jack of Diamonds. All right, what is your analyze
+2.
modifier? +2. That will get you to a 13. Very good. And your replacement card is a 5 of hearts. With a 13, you know that the current location that you are in is a bad place, but there is some slightly higher ground, sort of up. Hattie might not like it because it will take you even a little further out of your way, but I think she would agree it is definitely a more defensible and solid place. Kind of up on a slight rise, there is this massive sort of like gnarled willow tree. And sort of at the base of that is probably a relatively safe place to be. On the other hand, as it is a safe place, it's possible someone will already be there.
I'll turn to Hattie and say, Madam Fjord, while I do appreciate your proclivity towards hastiness, might I suggest that instead of running ourselves ragged, we might take a short respite somewhere.
Extend the duration of our travels, but
Well,
suppose if the
I
group needs it.
better to extend the duration than cut them short with our untimely deaths.
I mean, it's no problem for me, but sure. I suppose you should look after yourselves. Fine.
I would like to stop too, please.
How much power does Elwyn have left?
Elwyn now has 5 power.
She's doing better than me.
Yeah, she now thanks to Spellington kind of letting her draw some in.
I'll also put my hat in to say that we should rest. Not for myself, but obviously for my lady.
Right, of
Right.
course.
Never gets you there.
Okay.
Spellington, you
Oh.
coming?
Yes, of course I'm coming.
Spellington goes wherever Elwyn goes.
If that decision has been made and you guys begin to make your way up this little hill, the terrain here. Go ahead, Chadelaid.
Can we be like going up the hill in stealth mode?
You may. I will. Yes, we can do a stealth for. We can do a stealth for all of you. I will need it from everyone. Let's go. Let me go in order though. Spellington, stealth. Do you want to draw or do you want to use a card you have?
What is this? This is under.
It is under. I believe it's under physicality.
Is it
To
sneak?
sneak.
'Cause I don't see stealth.
Sneak.
Okay.
Let's draw.
I love it.
Bastard.
A 9.
Perfect.
What is do you have a modifier to this?
I do not.
A 9 is a decent stealth. It's one of those things where like a really good, someone with great ears would probably hear you, but amidst this, oh, by the way, you guys won't be in effect of this, but a storm is beginning to pour down again. So good time to sort of step out of it. You are no longer at the epicenter of it, but there is a Dreadstorm going on. Urrek. What would you like to use? You have no bonus to sneak. You have a 7 and a queen.
I will.
That are on suit for this.
I would also like to draw.
You would like to draw as well. You have drawn a 5.
Fair.
So you are making a bit of noise, but so far, well, we're going to see the full.
I'm injured.
Chadelaid.
Can I do the queen, even though it's not the same?
You absolutely can. You don't. The only reason to go on suit is so you get to replace the card.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do the queen for
Which queen?
the spades.
Clubs.
Clubs.
Wonderful. All right. I'm gonna roll on your behalf.
It's fine.
You can say when though.
When?
Oh, I hate this chord. I hate this chord so much. It was rolling onto a 13 and then it bounced back and it was only a 6.
Denied.
Would be the shittiest time.
Oh my god, what a cool time for a horror surge, guys.
Oh.
Oh, I want it so bad. All right. Perfect.
Quite unfortunate.
Okay. So you are now short decked, but
Yeah, that would be
no problem.
suboptimal.
For our dear sweet Hattie Ford. Do you want to get rid of that 2?
I'm gonna get rid of that fucking 2.
Do you have a modifier to this?
I do, +2. So
Okay, so a 4. Okay. Great. So Chadelaid is very quiet. That's what we're learning so far. Okay, great. And then Atris.
I'm gonna draw.
Draw. Love it. Atris, you have a 10.
Okay.
Do you have an additional modifier?
+2.
+2, so 12. Okay, so the Quelenems with ginger movement for their sort of injured, exhausted forms managed to sneak up quite quietly.
And all sneaky beaky like.
Sneaky deaky.
Sneaky beaky.
Spellington is fairly sneaky. Urrek and Hattie are actually making a good bit of noise. Elowin is fairly quiet. And as for our massive stone statue, ooh, he has no bonus, so that is a 1. So, what's that?
As is befitting a giant stone
As
statue.
is granted befitting a
right.
giant stone statue. So the way I'm actually going to break this down is that while Elowin and Spellington are fairly sort of quiet, the Quelenems, the 2 of you do like sneak and skulk, and you're up there, but the rest of the group makes a good deal of noise. So, nevertheless, I'll say the Quelenems, by being sort of stealthier, you're probably also like not the first ones up there, and you're maybe taking a slightly more circuitous route kind of up this little hill. Whereas the ba-dum statue comes up. Dan, would you actually roll me a D13 for luck?
You know there's nothing more I would love in this life than to do that for you right now.
Oh, and I did not advance this when Chadelaid.
7.
7. Great. So we do not further advance our fun. So as you all reach the top of this hill, you see that there is you see that this sort of willow tree has this kind of very unwillow-like trunk that actually seems to have once had other branches or segments that were growing out of it. Actually, I would love for Atris or Chadelaid or Hattie, any of you could do an analyze on this very thing, or investigate. Honestly, it should be investigate, not analyze, now that I think about it.
Okay.
I'll do my 8 of diamonds.
8 of diamonds. Oh, that gets you to a... great, that will get you to a 10.
And I get to draw a new card.
And you get a new card, which is a
What is it? A 4 of what?
A 4 of hearts.
4 of hearts. Okay.
Go ahead and use my ace of diamonds as well.
You will use your ace of diamonds. Wait, did you... Wait, I don't think I gave you a back... You replaced your card, right, Liv? You did something on suit for the climbing?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I didn't give you a new card. You only have 4 cards right now, right?
Oh, you didn't.
So your new card is a 6 of diamonds.
Cool.
So would you rather use that than the ace? Or do you just want to get rid of that ace?
Chadelaid just used her 8.
Chadelaid got to... Chadelaid has an 8,
10.
or a 10 is the score.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, so if I use my 8, I get to 11.
You have an ace and a 6.
Oh, no. What's going on with me? Okay, I'm gonna use my ace.
You'll use the ace. So you'll get to a 4.
Give it.
You will replace that with an ace of spades. I'm very sorry. Not your day here. That's one of the cards you discarded from your first hand that I shuffled back in.
She's rebuilding it.
Alright, whatever.
Rebuilding my original bad hand. Alright, Hattie, Hattie, by the time you sort of get there, you feel like, okay, well, this tree is... You think there's something strange with this tree. Chadelaid, you see obvious signs of magical manipulation. Some sort of druidic attempt to change the growth of the tree, and based on your sort of investigation, you suspect it's... People have tried this a few times, people or persons or monsters, and it has not. They have had no success.
At shaping the tree?
And sort of shaping the tree or whatever it is they were doing. But trying to grow another tree, whatever they were doing, it has not been successful. Would anyone like to give me a look around, a look-see, just a reconnoiter?
Yes.
Urrek?
Also, we
Yeah, I'll do
we
it.
got
I'll
we
use
got
my
up to
2.
the top. We got up to the top of the tree before the twins, right? The people who were less sneaky.
Oh, that's true, actually, yes. You
Yeah.
did. I'll say, I'm going to say that Chadelaid could see that even just getting halfway up. Atris, you're going to use your 2.
+1.
So you'll have a 3. So,
Yeah.
yes, that's perfect. Congratulations, you now have a 3 of spades.
Oh, wonderful.
But basically, I'll say that in response to that, Atris, perfect. So, Chadelaid, even from down here, you can tell what's going on with that tree, even without being up at the top. Atris, you can barely see anything from where you are. But Urrek and Spellington, am I assuming Urrek, you're using a 10?
Yeah.
Great.
That
Okay,
tree doesn't look normal.
so first of all, Urrek, you get to replace that with a 6 of spades.
Fair enough.
And for your jack, what does that get you to, actually, Dan?
That gets me to 14.
14. You replace that with an 8 of spades.
Right.
Okay. With a 14. And what does your 10 get you to, Urrek?
That gets me to 11. Or no, just 10.
Oh, you
Oh, no, yeah, to 11.
To 11. Perfect. Okay, so the 2 of you, however, probably because you're kind of going up in front of your lady and kind of taking a close look. Hattie, did you also... I guess you don't have a heart, so you probably don't care about just cycling a card for that. But the 2 of you, as you get up there and sort of, a little bit more stealthily than some, but not as stealthily as the twins, you get up there and you do notice that there is a small, very makeshift sort of campsite at the base of this tree. No one has even pitched a full tent. It's almost like they just have kind of like some like canvas slung around one of those kind of odd projecting abandoned new branches or trunks that are growing out of it that has kind of just been lashed to it. You see a small cook fire, cold, a few kind of like bags and leather satchels and things around, and also a carcass of some kind of lizard-like creature that has been, carved up pretty well and presumably eaten.
I'll just point it out.
Okay.
I will draw my sword and be on alert.
Okay.
Yes, my lady, make sure that there seem to be foul beasts about.
Is this camp not fully put together, or it's just like sparse?
It is very sparse, and it probably is only like maybe one individual.
It seemed to be a rudimentary camp, and I'll say, honestly, not very impressed.
At this point, however, kind of the rest of you are up there. And of course, Alvin has made so much noise, you're like, okay, well, there's no way we haven't been doing. So Atris and Chadelaid, the two of you can still be sort of hidden to some extent. You're now here. And
Can we like go like around the back of the camp maybe? Or can I go like around the back?
Sure, you want to go to the other side of the tree. Yeah, sure. If you go there, you see there's just more sort of another one of those like abandoned, attempted to like sculpt growth kind of trunk things growing off. There is a little room there that you guys could sort of sit and wait. Certainly the camp is set up in the larger kind of part of this little hilltop. But there's definitely a place that, certainly you and Atris could hang out over there. You're not sure if 6 of you plus Massive Statue Man could all be on that other side. But yes, Spellington? Oh, I thought you were about to speak.
Looking thoughtfully.
So basically, Spellington and Urrek will sort of show you that there's the camp. Chadelaid, are you going to lead Atris to that other side?
Yeah, I'll go over and I'll come back and say there's a small little room or like alcove on the other side of the tree if you don't want to sit with the others. I understand.
I'll go with Chadelaid. As we round the tree, without even looking at Chadelaid, I just say, "So, what did we learn today?"
What do you mean, what did we learn?
I mean, considering what happened, what do you think you learned from this experience, brother?
Maybe don't be so hasty and curious.
I suppose that's an okay takeaway. Another one is when you see a box with the mark of an arch lich on it, try not to knock it over.
Oh, yeah, that would be wise. Thank you for the reminder, brother.
I'm glad you're alive.
Well,
just sit down.
Don't knock anything over.
So the two of you sort of go back around the sort of side of this tree here. The rest of you are kind of more on this side where this little camp is. The rain now is beginning to fall pretty heavily, but because you're under sort of the branches of this willow tree, you're somewhat protected. Spellington, Urrek, I'm going to say that Elowen will just sort of like sit on the sort of this campside, and Alvin will stand near her, and then they just get really quiet. Spellington and Urrek and Hattie, what are you all doing?
I'm just guarding my lady, making sure that no one sneaks up on us.
Understood. Okay, perfect. Urrek?
I have maybe tried to fashion a type of umbrella
Ooh, I love it.
Over Elowen.
I love that. Yes, that would be. I'm not sure if it's what you'll have a thing. I would let you. It's kind of the difference, but I guess it could matter in terms of the card you'd use. I'd either let you do a compose create using will or a fine motor skills using physicality. That is your current hand. I mean, if you use your queen, you'll nail it.
I'll use. You know what? Urrek would put all his effort into this. I'm going to use the queen.
Making a parasol. All right, so I'm going to roll for you here.
If I kill us all, I'm sorry.
An 8, sadly, but you do advance the sweet, juicy Dreadclaw.
And do I get a new card for that as well?
You do get a new card for that. And the new card you get to replace it is, congratulations, a 2 of diamonds.
Urrek would kill us for the aesthetic.
Absolutely, but what an aesthetic. Talk about Goblin Core. Oh,
Urrek fashioned the most beautiful umbrella made out of sticks and leaves.
Well, yeah, and like you have these beautiful, like willow tree. You could Urrek. I also just the image of Urrek as this is happening, like threading together. These.
Like, do I have a cape? I will literally take
sure.
my clothes apart to make this thing even better.
So as you start doing that, perfect. Okay. Hattie, what are you doing?
So we're in front of this camp.
You're at this camp. Basically, Elowen has kind of just sat down at the camp. Urrek and Spellington are around her. I mean, the Quelenems, the Chadelaids, I almost say. The Quelenems are not hidden from you. They're just like, they're just on the other side of a tree. You can see them.
Urrek is enjoying their absence.
Sure. Well, occasionally you hear Atris being really condescending to his brother, so it's not, they're not completely out of mind. Hattie, what are you doing?
To investigate the camp to get a sense of who's there or what.
I love this idea. Hattie, please make an investigate on the camp.
Alright, so I'll use my 6 of diamonds.
6 of diamonds.
And I have a +3.
6 of diamonds and a +3. You replace this with a 7 of clubs. You are now club-tastic.
Club heavy.
Club heavy. You're a real club rat.
Going 50 Cent mode.
You can find Hattie in the club.
Right.
All right. So, very good. Yes.
I basically have rebuilt the hand I got, just with slightly better cards.
Sorry, I laughed at that so much.
I think, like, would the Quelenems, like, have any suspicion that we're not going the right direction? Because they're from here?
I'm going to let you draw on that in a moment. Let me, because that is a good point. The thing is, though, you are in a horrible, weird swamp, so you probably have very little sense of cardinal direction right now. But I will allow that in a moment. However, Hattie, as you are looking around...
Yes.
With a 9, which is a good success, but not kind of, like, getting to, like, the upper echelons... You see things in this... You see a few things of value in this campsite. So you suspect that whoever was here... And it doesn't... Like, if you'll also probably check the sort of... And though the embers are cold, they're not, like, ice cold or, like... So like, it's probably, like... Someone was here this morning, and you suspect they probably intend to return. Now, they might have been killed in these inhospitable, conditions, but somebody is coming back here. You also notice that among the pack that they have, there's a carcass that has been eaten of some kind of lizard, some like big, Komodo dragon-sized thing probably. It's been stripped pretty clean. One thing you notice is there's like no, like you're not seeing like knives or serving implements, like even like a spit or something. So you're not really sure if they just have all their tools with them.
Or if they tore this thing apart with their own hands.
As far as what there is a little bit of like currency in some of these bags, as well as just like an odd assortment of jewelry. Much of it has blood on it.
For a blood diamond. But I see jewelry.
There's jewelry, yes.
Like
in some of these, it's like there's a couple like pouches, and it has jewelry, big necklaces and what are those rings that like go on more than one of your finger?
Multi-finger ring.
Is that just what they're called? It's just multi-fingering?
It's multi.
It's multi-fingering, yeah.
Multi-fingering.
Multi-fingering. Yeah.
Aren't those called brass knuckles?
No, but like, what I'm talking about. Like, they make rings where like you put it over like 2 fingers.
Okay, so Hattie is going...
3 fingers if you can take it. What? Yeah.
Is there one that looks like it might be worth, like, a little bit of... Like, I'm not going to take all of it. I just want to take one
Calculate is the skill for that.
Where's calculate? Oh,
it is also under intellect, sadly.
No, done.
Now, I would let you do something else. What the hell? This will give you a different vibe, and you don't have a thing to it, so whatever. You could just detect vibe.
On
the jewelry, you won't know what's the most valuable, but you'll know what is the most what is the most
silent.
What's the most
so I could either determine what's the most valuable, or detect vibe might help me know if anything's cursed.
A super high detect vibe would let you know if something's cursed. A moderate detect vibe, in other words, if you drop your king on this, you'll know if something's cursed. If you drop your 7 or 9, you'll know what fits your aesthetic. You'll know what's it.
I'll go ahead and use the 7.
Is the vibe cursed?
It's a cursed vibe. All right.
Cursed vibes.
Cursed vibe.
It's giving cursed.
The category is cursed.
You
She's used to
replace
picking up some cursed items.
You replace that with a 4 of diamonds.
Excellent.
All right. So as you sort of look at this, there is amidst it. Hey, Liv, roll a d13 for me.
Yes.
You just delightful little person.
Boy.
Yes, it's a mess, so I'm using internet rollers. Okay.
Oh, well, I should just roll it then.
5.
Okay.
No.
With 5, what you decide is kind of has the vibe for you. Oh, I'll tell you what. There is this necklace. The fixtures of the necklace are not necessarily your exact style. It's not something you hate. It's maybe a little like chunkier than what you'd wear. You know, it's maybe that more kind of like thicker kind of Art Deco-y style thing. But there is this beautiful smoky gemstone as the centerpiece of it, and that is very much your vibe.
Sure.
Yeah.
We love a good smoke in this persona.
And whatever blood is splashed on it, you're pretty sure you could even just wipe it off. You'll be able to clean it properly.
I'm used to dealing with blood splattered things. It's not a problem.
Do we see her like stealing this stuff? Or...
Well, you're busy making a parasol, but I think
Of course.
Spellington probably notices. The Quelenems don't. They're on the other side. However, the Quelenems, I'm gonna leave this to you.
Well, if I'm over there, can I just use an ace from my pickpocket and maybe Spellington won't notice?
You want to use an ace for your pickpocket?
Yeah, 'cause I have a +2.
Okay, that's a
I mean,
3.
it's only a 3, but
You replace that with a 9. Good swap. Good Yankee swap. 9 of spades. Spellington, do you want to try to notice? What is your
my
modifier
3 of
to
hearts.
look?
3.
Oh,
What's this stuff?
are you paying attention to her, Spellington?
Yes, I'm carefully guarding the area.
Then give me a look roll or look draw.
3 of hearts.
3 of hearts. All right, so Spellington, what you notice with your 3? Congratulations, you replace that with a 2 of clubs. What you notice looking around is that Hattie is definitely stealing jewelry from one of these bags.
Well, to be quite honest, it's of no concern to me. It's not my lady's jewelry, and that's what I care about.
Spellington, you're a singularly focused kind of guy. All right, so as Spellington notices Hattie's sticky fingers, Chadelaid and Atris on the other side, I'm gonna actually sort of
artifacts.
leave this to the two of you in kind of a more sort of almost conceptual thing. If you want to make, actually, this is a tougher thing for you here. If you want to do a navigate track roll on the situation, we very rarely do these. You would need to have a diamond. It would need to be a diamond in order to be successful on a navigate track, because that would be that you are on suit, just intuiting that you're in the wrong place. I would allow you to do a detect vibe, but the level of success you need is much higher.
Oh, okay, hold on.
If that makes sense.
Get down
Now.
to use the queen.
Oh my god. Time to use a queen. I'm sorry, I had to get to my character sheet. Somebody was being very needy.
All good.
Detect a vibe.
Detective vibe. Atris, you do have a club of will, or a jack of clubs, which is will. So you could do detect vibe if you wanted to.
It's true.
It's pretty high. You don't have a detect vibe on suit Chadelaid, but you could throw something else.
What is
in.
my plus?
Yeah, I could do it. I could do the queen, but it would leave me with.
I do not have a plus to detect vibe, so it would just be a flat 11.
And
Yeah,
11
and-
is not a bad. I mean, 11's like, a 10 in this system is more akin to like a 15. So
Okay.
like when you get to like 10, like you're in kind of like good, an 8 I think is more like a 7 or an 8 is more like a 10. It's more like a decent kind of success. So, Atris, do you want to do it? Do you want to do that sort of vibe? See what vibe you have on the situation, or do you guys? That's kind of my answer to. Do you have a sense of if it's going? I would allow you to kind of like, put a sort of moment into thinking like, are we even where we're supposed to be? And I would say it's, given the cards in hand, it's or you could just always draw and hopefully draw a diamond that's also high.
I'll try drawing.
All right. Is this a navigate or a detect vibe?
Should be navigate, right? If we're drawing for it.
If you're drawing, go big or go home.
I'm gonna navigate.
Could be a diamond, but it is not. Nor is it on suit, so you don't get to put a new card in. Sadly, Atris, what are you gonna do?
I'll also draw.
Draw for it. Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Diamond. Give him a diamond.
Oh.
So,
Ooh.
the rough thing about this is, because this is a king, which is 12 and very high, but I did say it needed to be on suit.
Yeah.
I will simply say that you have no idea what direction you are facing right now. Let's phrase it like this with here's your navigate track. This seems like a dumb shortcut to have taken. Like, they said this woman is a great explorer. She does clearly come from somewhere else where people have smoke faces, but this is you do think that this is not a good shortcut. You feel like you wouldn't be there by now if you had gone the more direct route, but you wouldn't be facing all this.
Right. Okay.
So we're just in this, we're in the nook of a tree, basically, or are we just on the other side of the tree?
You're just on the other side of the tree trunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's what I'm trying to say about the room is that you're on the side of the tree trunk, and maybe there's 2 or 3 feet before the hill sort of slopes, whereas on that side there's this larger little thing. That's why there's a campsite there.
So depending on how loud we're talking,
I'm going to say, unless someone is actively listening with nobody has said they are, you are fine right now to whisper.
Okay.
And you can be talking in your twin language, so they definitely will know.
Okay. It's all you. I rolled a 4, bud. I think we're going the right way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly where we are in general. It sure seems like if we had just gone the way we'd intended, we'd have less horror surges to worry about. Don't you think?
Yes, we do.
Seems like a poor shortcut.
Yes. Yeah, I don't exactly know where you are, but this seems absolutely out of the way. Is it possible that our guide isn't actually intending to guide us where we should be going?
I can't see why she wouldn't. Maybe she isn't as good as she says she is.
Well, do you have a better way of getting out of here?
No, none whatsoever.
So we have no choice but to follow and hope for the best.
Unfortunately, it seems we are...
At least I'll
How
get
did
to...
I say it? Up Schitt's Creek without a paddle?
Yes. At least until I get to a town and can ask.
Yes. We'll find a paddle.
Maybe a map.
Right, a map. That would be useful. Anyways, we should rest so that we don't die immediately once we run into danger again, inevitably.
Chadelaid has already started pulling his monogram towels out and is laying down and covering his face in the towel.
Perfect.
And said,
So all of you, everyone may regain 1 power. I will say an
Yes.
hour is sort of passed in game at this point.
Great.
I will add that to the others. So Chadelaid, congratulations, you have 2.
Wow!
That's a
Just leave me.
100% increase.
100%. You just doubled your power. Congratulations. Okay. I've given them all. Okay, perfect. I'm now going to make a draw myself I'm doing this now for NPC draws, but I will show it to you all. Ooh. Okay. Then I will say that was basically for a stealth roll. So anyone who has any bonus to their listen, who has a bonus to listen under vitality? Hattie?
I do now.
Spellington's I do now. All right, so
I do, but I don't have a heart.
Spellington, Atris, and Hattie. No worries. All of you do notice this kind of earlier, and it's at this point it's not a terrible thing, but basically you guys can hear that someone has that a figure is making their way up this hill, and in fact, God, I wish my rolls counted right now. This person has sort of made their way up the hill, wearing, and what you sort of, Spellington and Hattie, you both look. Atris, you're kind of around the back of the tree, so you probably don't have as good of a sight, but like kind of coming up sort of towards the thing is a figure in this massive, just like, it's just basically like a piece of like waxed leather, kind of like a poncho, sort of, just this figure, you know, with this kind of like hook, kind of bill cut over the top as rain is just sort of sluicing off it. And this person sort of is coming up. You notice there seems to be some kind of weapon like under the poncho. You see a handle, but you're not sure the sort of nature of the blade. But it's hanging on the belt. But this person sort of walks up, and as she's sort of standing here, she says, "I thought I saw people up at my camp. Making yourselves welcome, I see."
I mean, it was simply sitting out in the rain. Might as well use it.
Figured if one person found it safe to camp here, it might be safer for others as well.
Well, she sort of steps up. You still don't have a good look at her face, but she says, "Well, you don't seem like you're Oh, she kind of pauses and looks at Hattie and says, "Well, I've never seen your like before."
Yeah, sorry, my compatriots are being a bit forward. We were a bit injured, you see, and we're looking for a place to just rest for an evening, and we found your camp and weren't sure if you were set to return. These seem to be very dangerous parts.
It's not a bad bet someone wouldn't be set to return to their camp on a night like this. It's bloody
very
vicious
true.
out there.
We meant no harm in trespassing, but would you mind
I killed 2 Godivore.
You killed 2 what?
I killed 2 Godivore not long ago. Godivore, for the record, those are also called the Born Dead. Those are the people, the humanoids who look like skeletal from birth, etc. But she's kind of saying that she killed 2 of them, kind of in a way that... Actually, tell you what, anyone do a detect vibe on that. The way she's saying, I killed 2 Godivore.
What was the 5th card I had again?
This is your current hand. There.
The 2. I'll spend that 2 of clubs then.
What is your modifier?
2.
Okay, a 4. You get a 10 of spades back.
Can I detect vibe? But can I draw?
Sure. Gotta love a draw. And a 9. Do you have a modifier?
2.
2, great. Yeah, okay, so 11. Yeah, pretty good. Is anybody else detecting vibe on this?
I'll sit this one out.
Okay, Hattie will wait out. Chadelaid or Atris, you guys are cool back there. Urrek,
How's the deck looking?
The deck? Don't worry about it. It has 3 cards in it. So Spellington, you get the hint of this person is like, this person does not appear to be too like offended that you've taken their camp, but she is trying to make it clear that she is not intimidated by you. She is probably like, she seems to be, you see like the kind of tilted down head is kind of looking at Hattie and looking at Alvin. The rest of you, she's like whatever, and she's definitely clocked the Qulenems. She doesn't seem too worried. Urrek, I'm going to say, since you've gotten over the 10, you're kind of at an 11. I will say that you have an additional thought that she is... She was telling you that she killed 2 Godivore because that is not always a simple thing to do, and she is just making it clear to you that she is a hitter. She is someone who can...
That she's capable.
She's a capable woman of the woods. Or the swamps, she's a ranger is not caught off her guard. That's what she's saying.
Is this like a human-sized person, or is this like
she seems to be around your size. Yes, I'll tell you what. If you'd like to, you could try to like look under her hood and see what you can see. I don't think you have a heart, so you could either draw or you could.
Anybody else want to try the look, or can it only be me?
I would say you, Spellington, and Hattie could easily do. Or actually, anyone could. Atris and Chadelaid certainly hear that there's a person talking. So if either of you want to look around, and
I'll spend a Queen of Diamonds on it.
A Queen of Diamonds. Oh, really? He's got a Queen of Diamonds. Well, no, he's helping. He's preventing you. He's preventing it.
True.
Right? We don't want to
be a nice guy.
But Dan. Oh shoot! Did you roll?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Why? We can undo that. It didn't happen. I didn't roll.
No, if you rolled, what'd you roll?
Don't tell me. You tell me, and I'll tell you. You show me yours. I'll show you mine.
Mine is a 13.
Oh, mine was a 6. So I'm happy to take yours.
No, we'll stick yours. Is anyone else making a draw right now on the looking?
I will look with my Queen of Hearts.
Your Queen of Hearts. I have to roll for you. I just did. It's a 13.
Yes.
No.
Oh boy.
I'll roll
What's
again.
the clock at now?
Oh.
Well, first of all,
That
the
was
clock
nice
is now.
knowing
The
you.
clock is going up to 9. But I'll roll again. It's fine. God damn it! I can't believe I wasted that roll on Dan, who had the dice. Believe in the heart of the cards. I go. Oh, baby.
No
Oh,
way.
no.
Go!
Absolutely not.
No
Absolutely
way.
not.
Yes,
no.
Oh
I hate this.
my god.
Yes.
I hate it.
Virginia, there is
Everything.
a motherfucking
Everything
Santa
is
Claus.
awful.
All right. So,
This is where I die. It was nice knowing you.
Rude. So rude. I thought I was supposed to be protected tonight because of Toby.
I know, and yet, who else had a queen? Jeremy, you had a queen in your hand? No, you didn't.
No, I do not.
Oh, Fable had 2 queens. Dan had 1 queen. Oh, Moses, you had a queen, right?
No, I don't have one anymore.
But you had one earlier.
Earlier, yeah.
I keep a record of where all of the 13s
Yeah, I went
come from
earlier.
for this. All right, so horror is about to surge.
Fuck.
How will horror surge?
Well,
Oh, I know exactly how horror will surge. Oh, this is fun.
It was nice knowing you, Shadow.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So,
Wow.
as Chadelaid, as you sort of look over and spot this figure, the dread, kind of the you're trying to get a look at just what kind of being this is. Spellington, what you notice is this does look like a woman, a human. Maybe it's a half elf or there's some elf lineage, but it seems to be a human from what you can kind of see as you're sort of leaning down. Chadelaid, you look over the thing, and I'll just say, because it's a horror surge, and it's like both of you sort of have succeeded at a high degree. You also see it's a woman, but Chadelaid, as she's kind of looking, she seems like she's maybe in her like 40s or maybe early 50s, but like in like that like Sandra Bullock way where you're like, what? 50s? Crazy. But as she's kind of like glancing at you, something about the light, you see that her eyes are yellow, kind of this odd glinting way. And she kind of looks at you, and the hunger takes her. Perhaps as the Dreadstorm, there's just a little parting of it, and a light of moon. The moon shines down, and she begins to painfully transform. Her face breaking, her jaw extending, and these sharp canines growing painfully. Thick fur beginning to grow on her body as this werewolf begins to transform in front of your eyes.
As this happens, Atris just goes, you know what? Actually, you can have the campsite back. It was silly of us to even come here.
Understood. All right. So,
Do I have some sort of reaction a little bit before?
I mean,
like...
you all have reactions. I mean, this is we're sort of starting here. I'm gonna go around the room and see what everyone's doing. Spellington, what are you going to do?
I'm saying, oh shit, my lady, a werewolf, and then I'll get in front of her and get ready to protect her.
Oh no, my lady, it's a werewolf. Urrek, what are you gonna do?
Oh fuck, oh shit.
I'm going to draw my sword in one hand and keep the fan in the other.
The parasol. You're protecting her from the rain, and you got okay, perfect. So you're okay. So you're basically you are both defending Elowen. Great. Chadelaid, what is your plan? Is it to run?
Oh, man.
Just running down that running. Is this are we moscading it? Are you running down that hill?
I'm running up the hill or running down the hill. Oh man. Do I have any knowledge of like werewolves at all?
Ooh. I will allow you. here in these dying days of this draw.
Wow.
Go ahead and
Wow.
that would be a.
Damn.
I'll let you do an analyze on that. Sure.
What are my cards again?
These are your cards again.
Oh my god. Can I do? I'll do the 7.
7. You don't want to draw?
Wait. No.
With a 7, okay, so with an 11, you know that werewolves are an interesting thing that are sort of like near necromancy. They're not perfectly they're not like just pure necromantic in nature. You know that they're going to be, they can be harmed by magic. Fortunately, you and your brother do have those Gemini things, so you guys could put out some degree of damage. You suspect that the amount of damage you could put out without expending your own power is going to be more minimal than if you were to spend. But I know neither of you have much power, so it's kind of a thing of like the fact that you have this means you could do a little bit of damage to this thing without expending power. But you know that werewolves are going to, like, the only way to kill this werewolf would be with a silver weapon, which
The gauntlets aren't silver.
the gauntlets would not be silver. No.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So that's
okay.
information you have, and I'll say you can kind of be saying that to, actually, Atris knows what you know about werewolves and kind of how, werewolves are tricky. Some of them are feral. It seems that this one is hungry for elf flesh. That's what we're going with. This one wants to eat elves. This one has not been eating what she likes to eat. She likes that elf meat. And she might have had a bite or two of a god of war. She ate a lizard last night. This is rough stuff. What she wants is elf flesh. And so she is most interested in devouring Chadelaid, Atris, Spellington, and Elowin. Urrek, you're a second to that. Hattie, she's not sure about you. Maybe she assumes you'll taste like jerky.
Like smoked meat.
Yeah, you're like a nice brisket.
Ooh, pretty.
So Urrek's like, who? Suddenly it pays to
finally.
be human.
I'm
But her
Thinking about that nice fettuccine Alfredo.
exactly. So as she's here, Chadelaid.
Can I try to run up the tree? I don't know,
You want to climb the tree?
I don't know.
You can absolutely
I feel
climb a tree.
Just literally getting out of.
Can werewolves climb? Because are they like bears and you're just gonna get killed?
I feel like I feel like you suspect werewolves can climb, but it's also werewolves can probably just jump or so,
Yeah.
You're welcome to climb a tree. You will be if you climb a tree, you won't be the closest elf for the werewolf to eat. That is true.
I had a question.
Please, Urrek.
So being part of Lady Elowin's group, that we seem fairly in the know about stuff. What do we know about werewolves?
I think you know the same. Werewolves are your weapons probably have a touch of magic on them given to you by Elowin, so they can keep the werewolf at bay, but it probably can't unless someone happens to have something silvered. You probably won't kill the werewolf.
But would I know maybe that the necromancers might be able to do stuff against werewolves?
Your expertise on necromancers would not be complete enough to know if they have specific spells. You suspect that as offensive spellcasters, they can, they'll be able to do something, you think. But yeah. So as you're defending, Spellington's defending, Chadelaid's climbing. Hattie, what's it time for? What were you made for?
I mean, what was I made for?
Good song.
I'm so tempted about what I should do, but am I familiar
Tempted?
with...
What's your tempted? What's the tempted one? Do the thing you're tempted to do.
No, what am I familiar with her particular breed?
I would let you make this would be, I don't think you have anything either in hand or whatever. This would be a research for you, Hattie. This would be going into your mind and thinking, since it's not your area of expertise.
I don't have much to help with that, do I?
I think werewolves were not super common in High Sleaze, so you know.
I'm trying to understand if I suspect that her eyesight is particularly keen or not, because I'm thinking about a certain power I have.
See what you're saying. Oh, Hattie. Okay. In that case, Hattie Ford, it's not something you're great at, but yeah, do give me a research roll.
I don't want to blow my king.
Really? Because
Well, the deck's almost done, so.
Deck's almost done.
Yeah, if you don't blow your king now, he might leave.
Listen, if I have to blow him to get him to stay,
then I wish he was gone. But he's a full 12. You want okay.
Alright, I'll go ahead and use the king.
Okay. So using the king with a 12, you do suspect that a werewolf's sight is probably very keen, but so is the nose.
So even if I obscure
which
the
makes
sight,
your fog would prevent sight, but it would this thing could smell people, and in fact, then only you and the werewolf would know where everyone is.
that might not be so great for the others.
I mean, it's a great way to assure Chadelaid gets eaten.
I'm trying to do that. Crap. All right, then I'm gonna use my whip to get as high as possible out of here.
So you're also climbing. Okay, so you're gonna do a move. Chadelaid's gonna do a climb. Atris, my friend, what are you going to do?
That's a great question.
You see your brother begins to climb up the tree.
I'm just gonna like step to put the tree between me and the werewolf and like get a defensive spell ready.
So, okay, you're literally hiding in that case. You're literally going to do a sneaking. Like
I just don't want to be the first one that the werewolf attacks.
Understood. I love that. All right, very good. So, Spellington and Urrek will get to you in a moment. Chadelaid, here in the twilight of this, you have only 2 cards in hand. What would you like to do for your climb, which is athletics? Under physicality.
You got this.
Basically, you can either rock this 5 here, or you can draw. There's 3 cards left.
I can do the.
Can you trade as well?
What's that?
Could you also trade as well?
Yes, but I think Chadelaid, like, I don't think anyone has enough power to trade right now.
Yeah.
Although I should probably lessen how much power should cost. In any case, Chadelaid, what do you think?
Yeah, because I can't do a spell because it'll cost me.
You could do a spell. It's just not going to be like if you're not putting power into it, you could do a spell that would harm the werewolf, but it won't, like, it's not going to be like you're not going to get a killing blow off of that. You could absolutely just throw out like some cantrip that, to kind of mess with it if you wanted to.
Okay. Can I try to stun it, like with like a light, like a.
Sure, yeah. Try to
spell?
like to stun it somehow. Absolutely. Do you want to? So you want to do one of these or draw? Are you all? Hold on. Are you also climbing?
No.
You're not climbing now. Okay.
So I'm just trying to understand what I can do because I thought I had to, in order to use any magic, I had to use power. But
because of those bracers, you could do a baseline. It's like it gives you a little bonus to your offensive magic. So you could like throw out some offensive magic that won't require power. It's just not going to be like, yeah, you can absolutely flash grenade, try to like blind it or whatever. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And I wish I was paying more attention to which cards we were drawing. What's up, Urrek?
How much power does it cost to trade?
It costs. I think I've said that it costs 4 power to trade, but I should probably change that to 3. But let's. You're also not in physical proximity with Chadelaid at this time, so it's a moot point for now. For the future, though, I should probably.
I'll do the 5 and hope
5
that
for
it's
your
a cantrip,
5 for
so
your
it's-
spell. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Your cast a spell modifier is 4, so that gets you to a 9. All right. So as you sort of throw out a spell at this werewolf, you kind of stun the werewolf. I'm going to draw for the werewolf now to see how it sort of reacts to it, that vision. An 8. Unfortunately, the werewolf does have a small bonus to kind of, like resist injury or sort of endurance. So I will say the werewolf is momentarily blinded, and that will give you an opportunity to kind of, as you're sort of casting your sort of spell, you're kind of going back there. Atris, would you give me your sneaking, your attempting to just hide? Kind of to sort of not be the first person the werewolf goes for.
I guess I'll just use my 6.
You were 6. Okay. Do you have a bonus to sneak?
Yeah, 2.
2. Great. Okay. So you don't get to draw from that, but
And
with an 8, you're certainly like, I will say this, Atris, you are definitely the least convenient elf to eat right now.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And I want to like ready like a small spell that won't cost power, just to like in case it goes after Chadelaid, I can like shoot at it or something to dissuade it.
Understood. Okay, I will allow you to attempt a thing like that. Hattie, it's so basically. Meanwhile, you're just give me a. This would just be a move for you. You do have a 9.
Yeah, go ahead and use
On
the
suit. Okay, so that will get you. What is your move modifier?
3.
3. Okay, yeah, that's a 12. So Hattie is up, no problem.
Gone.
Wait, are you doing? But you're doing the 9 of spades, right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I grabbed the clubs.
Yeah. So that is replaced with the jack of spades. So you definitely get up there. All right. So as kind of all of you sort of do this, there's only one card left in the deck.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, guys.
Is it?
It's not.
It's not, because we've had all 4. But Atris, I'm actually going to have you. This is triggering it, but I'm going to let you, because you said you held a thing, so I'll let this happen. So the bad news for you is that sort of seeing this, getting blinded and kind of snarling back and sort of like, there's these 2 men sort of with swords, like preparing their sort of attacks below. Chadelaid, you have sort of shined this light. And so this werewolf is going to basically just like kind of in fury, and also you're the one at first saw it. The werewolf is leaping, kind of like not towards Urrek and Spellington, leaping sort of towards the side of the tree to where Chadelaid just sort of stunned it, and it still is a little stunned, but it got over that and it is coming for you. It has a pretty considerable modifier to this sort of like attack thing. Atris, I will let you. You said you were holding an attack of some kind, holding a, holding a casting of a spell to sort of defend.
Yeah. I'm just gonna drop my jack down onto it.
Okay. That does get you to
5.
that gets you to a 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, everyone hold a moment, because all other cards are being discarded, and we are we are redealing.
Shit.
Here we go. I'm going to do these hands out to you guys sort of as quick as we can. Okay. Liv, oh my god.
I get another shit deck.
No, you did not. Dan, I might recommend either like taking screenshots of this. Dan, that's what you've got. These have not been sorted yet, although I suppose it's very easy to do.
Wait, that's Dan's hand?
This is Dan's hand.
2 jacks. Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Moses, here's yours.
Jack.
Let's see, what do I got?
Jack of all trades. Did anyone ever
Deck
watch
of
that show?
Hearts.
I did, with Bruce Campbell.
Oh, I knew we were friends for a reason.
King of Spades. 6 diamond and 7 diamond. Okay.
The blonde lady on that, I just always was
How
so
have we
attracted
not
to.
talked about that
I
show?
don't know. I remember that, and that came on, and then it was Cleopatra 2525.
Yes!
Fable, I am so sorry. Not a good scenario for you.
That was like
Alright.
what my original hand looked like, y'all. Except
Oh,
they were
man.
all clubs.
Yeah, I'm so
What
sorry.
a day. What a day.
Liv,
Chadelaid's no good, very bad day.
Liv, this is a different situation for Liv. She has 3 ladies and a gentleman.
Fucking cock.
3 ladies and a gentleman.
My
Better fucking use that shit, Liv.
God.
You're gonna kill.
God.
You got a
I got
screenshot?
the screenshot, yeah.
Oh, shit.
No! This is what happened because of Toby's weigh-in.
Jeremy,
We never should have come to this.
you have a
tree.
lady, and then kind of decent.
Oh, wonderful. So, not great.
So in other words, the only good thing you can do comes with great risk. As she is
The only
jumping-
queen I didn't get was the Queen of Hearts.
Yep. Playing with the Queen of Hearts. Okay. Now, all of that just happened. You attacked. Now, the attack roll that was made by this werewolf was higher than the attack you just did. But I'm still going to have them draw. I'm so sorry. That is they're resisting your attack.
Oh.
So sorry, Atris.
What is their bonus to resist attacks?
Their bonus to, I mean, they're, well, no, they do have, hold on. 3.
That's to the tie. Huh?
You've harmed them, but they're not like and they're also in the leap. They're on the attack. So Chadelaid, this thing is attacking you. However, and I know you don't have great cards, but sometimes we must believe in the heart of the cards. Do you have a bonus to dodge, Chadelaid?
Under physicality, I do not.
You do not seem to. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Oh my god, you have so little power. Okay. You can't even do a dodge because the attack roll was so high to hit you. Like, this is absolutely getting you. Your chance here is to resist injury against this. So.
Resisting injury.
Resist injury you also don't have, but you don't have to beat the attack to dodge it. So if you'd like to just draw, perhaps you'll draw high. Because otherwise your highest card is a 9.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay. I will draw.
Part of the cards.
I'm gonna
I'll draw.
to make the drama higher. You do need. You know what? I'm not even gonna roll dice on this. If you get a 10 or higher, you will not die outright.
Okay. That's probably very unlikely.
Chadelaid is also climbing, right?
No, Chadelaid did not climb.
I
Chadelaid chose to attack.
Stunned it.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Actually, wait. If you get a 9,
Draw the fucking card.
sorry. Okay. If you get a 9, if you get a 9, you'll maybe okay because you do have those things which give you some defense. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
Oh!
Not close.
So.
Oh, painful.
So I am so sorry. Also, Fable, you've been playing with us for a while, but this is your first true welcome to the game moment here. So Atris, you watch, basically, Chadelaid like blinds this werewolf, but like those like yellow eyes, it just kind of doesn't care, and then she just leaps like, I must eat a fucking elf. And as she throws through, Atris, you throw some kind of attack, and it hits her, but she's like, and Atris, you watch as this werewolf sails just like right over one of those kind of like, you know, things, gets hit with the impact, but then reaches out her claw, scrapes it into that strangely grown partial trunk, and pulls herself right back on target. And as Chadelaid is just like, no, the jaws close over his head and just chomp. No! And like the head is swallowed in one glorious gulp.
Can you resurrect me, brother? Resurrect me! Avenge me!
Atris falls to his knees.
You fall to your knees. Great. Okay. Atris falls to his knees. The werewolf, having tasted the flesh of a living elf, turns to one. And actually the werewolf does, because the werewolf hadn't actually fully seen the two of you. The werewolf then goes, kind of looks at the body it just ate and looks at that. And it's like, that's the same. Didn't I just... but is now coming for you, Atris.
Awesome.
Spellington, Urrek, and Hattie, you are up. You're up. You've gotten yourself out of the way, but you do hear this horrible thing. I'm so sorry, Chadelaid. What an ignominy. I was really looking forward to the Quelenems getting mad when they found out that they had been deceived, but it's looking like that's not going to happen. Spellington and Urrek, you have Elowin, and you have, you know, you have the stone man, although he's kind of like, you do get the sense that Alvin is like sick of fighting other people's battles right now. You see that the werewolf is now turning towards Atris, going to go and try to eat this elf. Your options, gentlemen, are to attack the werewolf, try to drive her off, or to take your lady and flee.
Well, there's something in my heart that says when one twin dies, it's hard for the other twin to go on, so...
Oh no! The poor Ducat brothers. This is not the first twin brothers we've had in the game, by the way. Dan and Zane were twin brothers as well.
No, but no. In all seriousness, if the werewolf is distracted, we can get our lady the fuck out of here.
All right. If you would like to leave Atris
Look,
to his fate,
I'll pour to the storm, but if that port over there is being savaged by a werewolf,
all right. So in that case,
I love how like the two evil elves are the least evil people in this group.
I know.
In the end, they were not the.
I didn't swear an oath to you, good sir.
Urrek is definitely was going to make a joke about that. About the
Oh,
twin.
guys, I just realized that when your character dies, your hand is discarded. So, oh my god, it would be so cool if Hattie had just been killed, because then 3 queens would have been discarded.
I think
We're
Urrek-
not killing Hattie.
Guys,
not gonna fucking die.
you might be able to get it one on that way out if you don't use your queen for whatever's about to happen.
On the way out.
You
Jesus
could impose a horror surge on them. So
On
Spellington,
what way out? I'm up above everything.
Spellington,
I
and
just-
Urrek, what do you think you're doing here?
I mean, like, just after seeing what happened to Chadelaid, I just want to give a quick whisper to Spellington. Like, looks like that necromancer had a killer final act.
Haha, yes. And now we must leave the theater post haste.
Let's give them a standing ovation. Let's get the.
All right, so
The hell
Spellington
outta
and Urrek, from you gentlemen, I need move rolls. Or move draws, rather. I say rolls because it's
I'll do
dice,
a
but we're
draw.
talking draws.
Draw.
Neither of you have. You could both throw out jacks on this, if you wanted to.
heck outta here.
Yeah, I'll throw out a jack of diamonds. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I'll throw out the Jack of Hearts.
Jack of hearts, jack of diamonds, great. Okay, so do either of you have bonuses to your move?
4, so that's an 11.
Oh.
15 for me.
15, yeah, jeez.
I have a 1, so I have
Okay,
a.
12. So I'm going to
11.
say because of that, unless I get an ace on either of... this is going to be Elowin's. Unless this is an ace, you guys have easily gotten Elowin out without a problem. It's a 3.
Woo! Close.
So, good news you had that 15, because you're able to just pick her up and go. This one is for Alvin. I'll be honest, this kind of doesn't matter what I draw, because even if Alvin is not going fast, the werewolf is not trying to eat Alvin.
Yeah.
As it happens, it's a 10. So he's thunder. He's just like, oh, okay, thunder, thunder, thunder. Hattie, you're still up there. Are you notice you have a bonus to your look, right? We said that.
Yes.
Okay. So you notice that you see that Chadelaid's head has been bitten off. You see that the werewolf is turning to Atris, who is not currently in the greatest of shape.
Oh, poor dear.
You could go down and try to fight the werewolf. Or you also notice that Spellington and Urrek are frog marching Elowin down the hill with Alvin just thud, thud, thud behind them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try and catch up with them. Sorry,
Okay.
but you know.
So, and this is actually the biggest indignity of all.
I've learned that, you know, if it's not a matching set, it's just not as worth.
This hand you've drawn is effectively meaningless because you don't even need to draw to catch up with them while swinging from your whip.
No.
Nevertheless, if you'd like to, you could still, throw out a queen and we'll just roll and see what happens. But
I think I'm good on not incurring another
perfection.
13.
All right. So Atris, my friend, your chances of survival are slim but not 0 because you do have a lady in hand.
I do. I'm gonna use it.
But you have the Queen of Hearts. Isn't the Queen of Hearts special for some reason?
Not
No?
not
sorry.
over the others. So
Sorry, I'm so used to playing Hearts, and she's the bitch, and you chase the.
so what would you like to do, Atris?
I'm trying to decide whether Atris would prioritize self-preservation or just try and kill the werewolf in revenge.
Can I yell something at Atris, please?
No, they don't give away our position.
But if he dies now, I'll never be able to jab him again.
Oh man.
Do I guess I do discard. Yeah, I'm sorry, Chadelaid. I think I do discard your hand, though. Okay.
I'm just doing my best. Suggested I'm like the brothers in Stardust that die and then come back as ghosts.
I do really like Stardust.
Oh God.
List of things I like: Stardust, Jack of all trades, Cleopatra. But do you remember, Liv? Do you remember Cleopatra 2525? It came on after
Oh.
Jack of all trades.
I fully remember Cleopatra 2525.
Look what I did to my cigarette.
So,
Yeah.
To decide whether I do the smart thing and try to escape, or can I make a stay in control draw?
Sure.
I love
Yeah,
this.
I will draw from the deck to do a stay in control.
You'll draw from the deck to stay in control.
All right, I'm running.
That is not only a stay in control, sir. That is not only a what's your bonus to stay in control?
5.
Okay, that is not only a
Or
17
4.
or 16. Not only a 16, you now get to this card goes to your hand and you can discard any card you want.
And I'm gonna discard that card.
Yeah. There's an obvious one to get rid of.
All right, so you are running. What are you using to run?
I'm using the queen.
His legs.
The queen shall run. You do not get to replace your card for that queen. Do you have a D13? Do you want to roll your own, or shall I roll?
I will roll. Cool. I think I have it here somewhere. Actually, you just roll. I don't want to. Oh wait, no, here it is.
You got
I'll
it.
roll it.
I feel like a horror story would be like the ultimate revenge.
Yeah.
Come on, 13.
Ugh, and Philip
That's
would come
cocked.
after all of us.
An 8.
An 8. All right. So you begin to run. So you basically, Atris, you just like, you run down the hill. Now, I will say with that run, you can even catch up with the others if you want to. You can get to where they are if you want to, or you can run off on your own.
No, I'm running towards them, yelling, "If I'm going to die here, you're all coming with me."
Okay, so basically, Atris rushes towards Spellington Urrek, and their sort of team as he's kind of going down the hill. The werewolf will follow. The werewolf has a 4 bonus to move. Gets to an 11, so the werewolf is definitely on the tails of all of you. She is coming after you guys as a group. But Atris, you have outrun her for now, and you probably won't be prime elf here moving forward. All right. So as you are rushing away, Hattie, you are swinging. Hattie, you now are overhead. So you actually have a better angle, and you do see that the werewolf is like she's kind of doing this like run where she's kind of, like in, like she's sort of running on all fours, but it's, it's more like run, additional run with paws kind of thing. So she's catching up. Atris is like bolting towards Spellington, Urrek, and them. Hattie, you're kind of in a position where you're doing this. Is there
Forrest Gump.
Is there anything you want to do in this position? Is there anything you want to do from where you are?
If I'm using my whip to swing, I can't use it to throw anything, and I don't know what I would throw.
Yeah, you don't have much debris down.
I don't
kind of
have
up
anything
in the trees.
really to do to help them.
Okay. You can shout a warning, I suppose.
I can shout out and let them know.
Okay, so basically, Spellington and Urrek, you hear that the werewolf is on your tail, that Atris and the werewolf are kind of on your tail.
Yep.
So, Spellington and Urrek, what would you like to do?
If Our Lady's still in danger, we continue to escort her.
I would like to keep moving it. Also, I want to yell like, do I know like what werewolves' natural enemies are?
Silver tipped.
Like in creature form. It's like, do I know if there's like some kind of like, they have like severe
A vampire?
I don't know if the vampires of this world have much like stuff with the werewolves. I'll tell you what. Roll a d13. Because if you roll low, we don't even have to say one.
Oh, 3. Yeah, never mind.
You have no idea. You're like, werewolves? I hardly know wolves.
Then I'm just going, quick, throw all the silver behind us as we're running.
Elohim will say, we've spent all the silver.
I mean, like as an attempt to like psych out or-
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Please give me a deceive.
I'm going to use my Jack of Clubs, so that's a 13.
Oh, that's cool.
And you replace that with an ace of spades.
No.
We all knew it was coming, and he did it anyway. All right.
Is Atris close enough in earshot to our group?
Atris is mate. Yeah, he's running over hill and dale, and he's Tom Cruise arms pumping. It's quite a sight.
I want to yell, "Rest in pieces" to your brother.
That's so messed up.
Genuinely demoralizing. All right.
Well, he's a necromancer. Instead of rest in peace, I'm okay. Rest in pieces, bro.
Oh my god.
Atris, go ahead and make another keep control roll.
Yeah, sure. What are what's in my hand right now? Use the 4. So 9.
You
eight.
You have a bonus. Okay, I was gonna say if this was really low, I was actually gonna say you're so stunned by the cruelty of that comment that you would have stopped running. The werewolf would eat you. But yeah, that's fine. Okay, you could be like dick and keep running.
I fucking hate you.
All right. So you basically kind of catch up with them.
I was being nice.
In that case, Spellington and Urrek.
You're terrible at it.
Spellington and Urrek, go ahead and give me move rolls to kind of keep this up. Hattie, you can also do a move roll as well. It's not as critical for you. You can throw out if you can get rid of that 4 if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That'll get you to.
Still gets me to a 7.
Yeah, you'll still be sort of keeping up. You replace it with a 3, so worse, but whatever. 3 of hearts. Dan,
I would like to use the heart of the cards.
believe in the heart of the cards.
You know, dude.
Hey,
My faith is rewarded.
his faith is
Believe.
rewarded.
The 16.
It's a 16. So Spellington is going quickly, and again, he is keeping Elwyn out of the way. Urrek? Do you
I'm
draw
gonna
a
use
card?
I'm gonna use my 8. I have
8.
a bonus of 3.
Okay, that's an 11. That is good, and you'll get a 4 of hearts to replace that. Because you got a 16, I'm gonna say Elwyn doesn't even have to go.
Just tearing her.
I'm gonna say because should I draw for Alvin? Doesn't even matter. He's
Yeah.
all right. Alvin won't even go. It's
He's a rock man.
He's just it's not gonna eat Alvin. So I'm now going. So basically, Atris, I'm gonna say that with the rolls they just had, Spellington and Elwyn are now in the front. You have sort of caught up. So Urrek is kind of like the furthest back sort of person who could be eaten. Atris, why don't you give me another move roll, actually, Atris?
I have a 9 spades. That gets me to an 11.
Perfect, yeah. You replace it with a 10 of clubs, which is great for your spellcasting. So that will get you to so I'm basically saying like you'll at this point you guys are doing well. So really there's a lot of just trying to outrun monsters. So basically, with the rolls I've seen, Spellington, obviously your 16 goes down a bit since you're moving someone else. Ultimately, it has a bonus of 4. If this beats an 11, it is keeping pace with you. If it hits an 11, it's keeping pace. If it beats an 11, it is near, it can attack. If it is below 11, it's out. You've outrun it.
Go.
Heart of the cards.
And with that, the werewolf. So once again, my friends, you run deep into the night.
All we do is run from monsters.
All you do is run for monsters. You tried to rest. It did not go well.
Yeah, I know.
Chadelaid lost his head. I will simply say that Hattie, you can sort of
Rest in
notice
pieces,
that
bro.
You can notice that the werewolf is sort of slowed as it's kind of tracking. It pauses and just kind of. Honestly, at this point, the werewolf's just like, that body's still warm, and the werewolf will kind of just like run back to eat what's left of Chadelaid. So I'll say that as they sort of stop running, Hattie, you can sort of land next to them. You do have 3 queens if you want to use them for anything, but at this point, Hattie, as you sort of catch up, you guys are all sort of in this swamp. Atris, you've lost your brother. I will give you all a moment to sort of, decompress about this.
Hold on.
Poor Chadelaid.
Would I be able to investigate the jewelry I pickpocketed?
Sure.
Like, would it be investigate or would it be research?
Research, sure, would be, research is if you could tell anything special about it.
So I could use a queen on that.
Yes, you could use your Queen of Diamonds on that.
All right, I'll do that.
Cool. You replace it with an Ace of Hearts.
Ugh, bad trade.
The dread clock goes up to an 11 because boy does this system have dreadstorms happen a lot. And
yeah, roll a d13.
Yeah, roll a d13 if you would.
9.
Okay. So as you all pause, Hattie, kind of, you notice that basically, as all of you guys are just like exhausted, Hattie is just like kind of swings down and then like lands and is just like looking at this necklace. Hattie, the make of the necklace strikes you as being, that gets you to do you have a bonus to research, or is it just a 13?
Did to investigate, which is why I was like, well, maybe it's investigate, but.
This strikes you, you think it is probably not any of the elvish civilizations here. It's probably more cut like the human or dwarves. Sort of the whole thing of how it's like, what's the thing that dwarves are Art Deco and elves are Art Nouveau? You know, that sort of vibe. So it's like
true.
This has some slightly more like Deco, kind of like blockier sort of vibe to it.
Okay.
But in a way where it might be it might be more human, but it doesn't have kind of like the kind of all the hallmarks of dwarves that you've seen. Now, obviously, there could be some little civilization here, but you suspect also just based on its scale, it is probably from some human kingdom. You now, looking at it, obviously the stone is very nice. You also don't think there's any magic on it of any kind. It's just a pretty piece. And it is probably something that, now that you know who you were up against, it's probably something that this werewolf ate someone.
And then
this is
took
what.
it.
Yeah, but but you're not worried about it. But you might be like, let me
just look at this a little bit further.
Yeah.
All right.
How you doing, Atris? After your dearly departed brother.
How do you think I'm doing?
I don't know. I know it's probably hard on you.
Shut up! Stop talking! I hate you!
Maybe you could negotiate with
And he walks past Urrek toward
Like
Hattie.
I said, when it's
He's
not
like,
a complete
"Dude,
set, it's just not worth it.
What are you doing? You've been leading us in circles this whole time. Why didn't we just take the route we had shown you? If we had just done that, maybe my brother would still be alive. Maybe we wouldn't have had to go through this terrible swamp.
Wait, who are you ranting at?
You!
Me? I did not want to go rest. That was entirely your doing. And
What are you talking about? You've been leading us the majority of the time.
I was going to lead us another direction. You were the ones that wanted to go rest. You took us to that camp.
My brother dying I can deal with, but gaslighting I cannot.
I did not take us to that camp. I did not.
To the camp? You wanted us to keep going after we'd almost gotten slaughtered by ghouls and ghosts?
If we had, your brother might still be alive.
Oh, don't give me that.
Atris, calm down.
Oh my
Can't your
God.
brother negotiate with the Grim Reaper or something?
I mean, baby! I don't know how that shit works here.
cut to a werewolf just like ripping an arm off and like.
Listen, I didn't want to go help with that chest, and I didn't want to take us down to that camp, but I'm simply here to help guide you in the direction which you want to go. Don't blame me for those foolish mistakes.
All right, so here's what I'd like to do, Atris, my friend. Oh, this is not going to be fair at all, but I love it. Atris, I want you to do a detect vibe, which is how we do sort of, like a read person. I want you to see if you think Hattie's lying. Hattie, I want you to make a deceive, which you do get a bonus to this because of because of the fact that your face.
You're just trying to induce me to use these queens.
I'm gonna draw. This is funnier if I draw.
You're gonna draw. All right. You're gonna do the queen of queen.
That's all I have as a club.
It is great. So go ahead and roll a d13 for me.
Yeah.
And Liv, you replace it with a 5 of diamonds.
Yes, but now the dread clock's at a 12.
It isn't a 12.
He's playing us.
I rolled an 11.
Oh,
So no Dreadstorm for you.
no Dreadstorm.
What did I get? A 5 of diamonds? You
5
said?
of diamonds is your new card. All right, so you're going to draw.
Mhm.
So basically, what that gets her to is a
14.
14.
There's no way.
And her face, but it's because it's like you hear her talking, you can't see her face. So like you can't pick up on facial tics or cues. Do you have a bonus to this?
No.
I love it. All right then.
I just want to see what happens.
I'll keep trying to just kill everybody.
You know what? Honestly, you make a good point.
And yet what's so good is that she really is just fully gaslighting him.
Yeah.
Because he's blaming her for taking him into the swamp. And she's like, yes, I was lying by taking her to the swamp. We're not going where you think. We've been lying to this. Oh, God. So, as Atris...
Listen, I'm full of gas. I can't do anything but gaslight.
Wow.
Smoke, gas, whatever.
Smoke and mirrors, gaslighting.
Yeah,
And
I get
solve-
it. So I will say that as Atris, as you sort of have no choice but to believe what she said.
I mean, but it's also true that they did decide to go after these things.
It's very true. They at this point, another hour has passed, so you may all regain 1 more power. Because the best part of this is, if you didn't rest, you still get 1 power per hour.
Hour.
Power hour. I hardly know.
Hour. Hardly.
Yeah.
Flower.
But with that, Hattie, are you going to continue leading them out of the swamp?
Yes.
Then Hattie, as your very last draw today, don't use the queen because that would be silly. Or you can; it's just guaranteed. Whatever next time. We're starting with 1. Hattie, I do
Dave
need
would
you
do
to
it.
make a navigate for me.
You have a king still?
You got a
Okay,
king?
don't. Oh, you
I'll
did,
use
yeah.
my king.
Okay. All right. That gets you 17 for you anyway. But Hattie, at this point, now that you've sort of moved on, you do have a better bearing on where to go to sort of get out of the swamp, and you believe.
I saw some things when I was up above.
You did. You probably saw some edge of stuff, and you're like, okay, we'll go there. So Hattie, at this point, very confidently begins leading you out. Atris, perhaps you take 1 moment to look back at your
He
brother.
just doesn't look back. He doesn't want to think about it.
Doesn't look back.
Yeah, I just saw your name change.
Very.
Yeah, it's been up for a while.
So, well, with that,
With this thing.
yeah,
I don't know how to do it. I can't do it.
I'm very sorry. Well, I'm so sorry about poor Chadelaid. That was a sad
Last poor.
outcome. There were a couple of kings drawn in a very bad way, and Atris, honestly, Atris surviving. You got a king that told you to not stay there, because if you stayed there, you would be dead.
Yeah.
But the fact that you ran will, I think, introduce a lot more sort of drama. And
Oh, yeah,
next
I'm
time we'll have
glad
to have a new
glad
character.
you're still here.
We'll have to have a new character for Fable.
Adris isn't so sure if he's glad he's still here.
So with that, we will be here at the end of our adventure for the night. But well done, everyone. And hopefully, I think Hattie will get you guys out of the swamp, sort of at the beginning of next thing, right in time for a Dreadstorm on the open plains.
Hell yeah.
So, well, thank you all so much for watching. And thank you too. I'm clicking back over to this now. First time chat from Night Danger 1. Thank you so much. That's nice of you to give some bits to us and to say hello in chat. I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's game. If you like what we do on the channel, you can follow us or subscribe if you're able, even including by that weird must be renewed every month Twitch subscription, Prime free one nonsense. We have other games on this channel. On Sunday, we'll be back with Strange Lore is this Sunday. So you can see Liv and Lauren being girls now that in maybe a slightly happier tone, because recently it's been rough. But things happened, and maybe it'll be smooth sailing from here, now that the men are dead. On Monday, we are back with the Dreamlands. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be the Lantern in the Gate for our next mission. It's received a overwhelming majority of the vote, but who knows what could happen between now and Sunday into Monday at midnight. On Wednesday, we are back with Top Flight Tales. Last week we were in Neon Flight the whole time because I was tired and it was fun. Where will we go next time, Dan?
A new game because I'm gonna roll a 13.
There. straight from his mouth, and at that point, KJ will rage quit, and that's how it'll go. And then 1 week from tonight, we'll be back with this, where we'll see what happens with this crew. We'll see how people, we'll see, what happens, because Atris and Urrek. I kind of was thinking that Spellington and Urrek were gonna be like, as Atris was running and like bringing the werewolf, I half thought they'd be like, shoot him with a crossbow so the werewolf eats him and doesn't keep going. I was really thinking a thing like that could have happened. Like,
that's just me.
Yeah,
I didn't know I could do that.
I was surprised that didn't happen. I was thinking
they were going.
I had a thought of like maybe like trip Atris.
Yeah, just trip him as he's like
like,
yes, hurry up, there you are. Trip.
But that just being mean. That's not Spellington being mean to Atris. That's Dan being mean to Jeremy.
It's different. It's different.
I was operating under the assumption that I couldn't directly hurt another teammate.
It's sporting.
In certain contexts, if it really seems to be the thing that would happen, like I do believe Atris will try to kill you at some point, Urrek. So
yeah, probably.
Yeah. I'd also like do whatever you want to Atris. I do not care if this character dies. It's like Jeremy doesn't care, but I'm gonna play him however he would do it.
I honestly think characters become the most interesting when the players don't care if they live or die, because then they make the choice the character would make.
Yeah.
And then the death will be interesting and motivated and all.
Oh, I'll still make the choice the character would make, even if it does result in their death.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Atris and Urrek, we're going at it now.
Well, thank you all so much. This was delightful. Do we have people to thank in chat?
Yeah. So thank you to Ben Hader for cheering a bit tonight. Thank you to Sophia Distracted, aka our wiki manager, for resubbing. That's now 23 months. And then, as mentioned previously, so Night Danger has cheered 1,000 bits twice, which, if my math is correct, means that's 2,000 bits. So thank you. We appreciate all that.
Good job.
I thought it was 11, but yeah. Thank you so much. That's awesome. We have so you can go to our, let's see here. I know how to do this. I say social, and that takes you all the places you can follow us. And then I think if I say schedule, that shows you all our other games like that. Yeah. So you can go to our Discord, interact with us there. You can go to our YouTube to watch old episodes or watch them here on Twitch. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, watch them here on YouTube. We also have the wiki, just alluded to, that Sophia has put together and is assisted by many others in specific pages. So check that all out. There's a fun meta page on there about like how these games interact and all that kind of stuff. Our players do cool stuff. You should follow all of their socials, and we have an about page where you can find them as well. Would anyone like to plug anything specific or general?
Yes. I make a webcomic called Travelers of Talaria. If you like fantasy or like stories about magic and or found family or traveling through strange places and meeting new people, you should check it out. It's on Webtoon, and I'll post a link to it in the description. And it just updated this month, so.
I think your link is also I think it's also like I think your contact information is that page too. So if anyone goes to our about page, you'll get to the link as well. If you're watching this on a different thing that doesn't have this chat, that's why I'm saying that. So yeah, that's cool. Anybody else?
Yeah, I like to plug Major League Baseball. It's coming back soon.
Wait, do they still do that?
Oh yeah, baby, they do.
Wow.
And it's the Cardinals' year is all I'm gonna say.
I didn't realize it wasn't.
Is it though? Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is 100%. Yeah.
I think there's something interesting about the fact that baseball is still played, despite people basically claiming that baseball was ruined by television, which was invented like 70 years ago. Or like it's like they said that like baseball was the perfect game for the radio, and once baseball was on TV,
it is. I did download an app that has like just free radio broadcasts of all the games.
Yeah.
So I could listen to like a baseball game while I'm like working out or driving or whatever.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It rocks. And I get the local like St. Louis KMOX broadcast. So you get the dulcet tones that you don't get on like national programming. You know what I mean?
Do you do the thing of if you're watching a game, do you put on? I remember like
No,
think
I know. No, you can do that where, like, if you're watching a game, you put on the radio.
you put on your local people rather than because like your local announcers will sometimes be like brazenly in favor of one team.
Oh yeah. I love that. But no, I don't do that only because it's never like synced up, and so I don't want like the audio to be ahead of the video.
Yeah.
Like I want all my senses to be overwhelmed at the same moment with a beautiful home run to like left center by Paul Goldschmidt, something like that.
If you say so. Well, yeah, so I guess that's Travelers of Talaria and Major League Baseball. That's what we're plugging today. Anybody else? X-Men 97? We'll plug that. Just as,
Yeah,
just
it's
as-
97. Follow my socials if you don't. I was in the desert playing with fire again. I made some cool shit. Philip is pained by that statement.
No, it's fine. I did see a clip of you on some corkscrew.
Did you see me bathing in
religion,
fire?
I didn't see you bathing in fire. Oh my god! I
I
saw
was
you
in
on
a
this.
bathtub full of
I saw you
fire.
in this corkscrew, hanging from this corkscrew-looking thing.
Oh, that was nothing. You should see me having the bathtub full of fire or the fire breathing I did through my hands.
That's cool.
Look, Phil. We don't really have to worry about like Liv's mental health and whether or not she like has a death wish until she starts wanting to fly a Boeing.
Hey guys.
Yeah, that's
here's
true.
the
When I
thing.
flew a plane, it wasn't a Boeing.
That's true. Well, that's because you
Are
flew
you
it.
really even a daredevil?
Because it flew.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Oh dear. Well,
and then landed.
All in one piece.
Yeah.
didn't lose any screws from the door screw thing. Yeah.
Incredible.
Well.
Just the ones in my head, but those were already loose. We're good.
Wow. Well. Yeah, but no. Watch. I guess. Yeah. Check out everyone's socials. They're all cool. I don't know. Fable, you want to plug anything? Moses, anything you want to?
Can we plug Dan's mouth?
Never.
You gotta pay good money for that.
Honestly, I like the idea of Dan. I like the idea of like a thing that people could cheer bits for is that Dan has to put in a ball gag. Just like,
As long as I get kickbacks.
all right. Well, thank you all so much. This has been a delight. We will see you all next time. Until then, have a dreadful night.
Ooh.